happened, or I'm sorry, you didn't find Floon, you found Rainier, and he explained everything that happened and about how Floon was kidnapped, mistaken for himself, he assumes, and taken by Xanathar's guys to a hideout they have in the sewers. And you guys know where the location is to get there. And you guys were on your way there. And you had dropped Floon, or excuse me, Rainier off at one of the main streets so he could head home. So.
Cool. If there's any shops nearby, I wanted to pick something up, like a general style store, before we head. I guess where the sewer entrance that we were told about by I think it was the captain Staggett, right? Or
Yeah.
Sergeant Staggett, something like that. Um, Basically, if he told us where the sewer entrance is, like if there's a shop on the way, I want to grab some ball bearings.
Okay. Um, yeah, there is. And because again, in the thing, it doesn't say anything about the exact location of the sewer, so we're just going to say that you guys do pass by a store. So if you guys needed to pick anything up, now would be the time to do it for sure.
I gotta get some arrows.
Eldor,
And you
anything?
guys are.
I'm thinking if there's any type of a piercing dagger, something better than what I have now.
Okay.
A simple weapon. So basically,
Simple,
you want simple
yeah.
instead of martial, yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Get the music started real quick.
I grabbed the ball bearings and threw it in my bag and marked it off as 1 gold.
Okay, cool. Um, and then just a basic dagger. Does it say how much that kind of stuff is? If you
Yeah.
look in the inventory and the item stuff.
Yeah, go to items and then search for it, and then it'll tell you the cost and how much it weighs
Is
and
it-
all this stuff. And then from there, you can just drag it onto a character sheet.
Is that too loud, guys?
It's a little bit loud. That's good. At least for
Okay.
me. How about you guys?
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool.
That actually is
Alright.
probably slightly, because it takes a second. So Sirenscape fades in and fades out. So even if you press stop, for example, it doesn't instantly stop. It takes a second to fade down. So it might actually even be a little bit on the quiet side now, because it took a second to fade down.
All right. I did drop that down a bit, so. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Alright, how do I add an extra 20 arrows onto here?
So do you already have a quiver of 20 and you want another 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you would do, and Ben, you would normally run this anyways, is you would go to the items page, G, and then you would search arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and arrows 20 is already, 20 in parentheses, is already one that's ready. That costs 1 gold. You would grab that little info button and drop it on your inventory tab.
Just anywhere on the.
Yeah, anywhere on the inventory tab is fine, and then you can sort it by using the second section. Just put it in your worn section or whatever, and then mark off 1 gold. It doesn't automatically. There is an extension to kind of build in shops and everything, but it's a little bit clunky, so I don't usually bother with it. But basically, you would just do the math yourself and subtract the 1 gold from the bottom. Daggers are 2 gold. It looks like.
Yeah, and it looked like a packet too when I dropped it on his thing. So. No.
He already
Yeah,
had
actually,
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah, I
You
already
already
have
okay.
daggers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I'll
because.
just see if there's anything better.
Maybe like a short sword I think is still a martial weapon. What you would do, the easiest way I guess, if you're looking for like the most effective simple weapon for you to use, because you don't have martial weapons, right? You just have simple.
Yeah, it's simple, and I believe I have maces and daggers, but my strength is garbage, so daggers just more about a dexterity.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's look for those. That would be the easiest way to get to that is actually to bring up your class. So I'll bring up the class real quick, and then I'll share you the table, Sako, and then you can look through it and see what would be or what you want to use, and then we'll see if the shop has them. It's probably, since they're simple, it's most likely you'll be able to find them just fine.
Alright, it's not adding the arrows.
So it adds them to your inventory. Then when you go to your actions tab where it shows ammo, change the number,
Okay.
and then it'll add a bunch of circles for you.
Ooh. Alright.
Grave Cleric is Xanathar's, right?
Did you mark off the money for that bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I found that table, Sako. 1 second here. Except all I see on the table are the UA ones. Probably from... Ben, you'll have to pull it up then. I can probably Google the
Under-
table. Well, where you would
Okay.
go is you'd go to the
Classes.
class. Yeah, like if I hear actually I can't show you the class, but you would bring up Cleric, the Grave Domain version. So you'd go to Cleric and Xanathar's version, and then you'd scroll down until you see the link for weapon list under equipment near the end.
Okay, which cleric version? Xanathar's?
Xanathar's, yeah.
Okay. I see 2 for Xanathar's.
You have a player version loaded up. You don't actually need the player version. You can unload that one yourself.
Okay.
Just don't leave it. Just leave it. It won't matter. It's okay if you see a duplicate. Because the thing is, if you remove the wrong one, it'll remove it from us as well, which means that it'll break Sako's links for his class. I think stuff like a whip is low damage, but is dex based.
All simple weapons. Proficiencies under weapons says all simple weapons.
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, he's got simple. Well, yeah, but you want there's a button below that says link weapon list.
Okay. Aha.
Click on that and then see if you can share that table. Try right clicking on it, share.
Okay. No, doesn't look.
Okay. All right, then it looks like for simple weapons, Sako, the choice is for specifically ones that would be dex-based. Slings, so that'd be a ranged option for you. That's actually a much higher range than dagger. It's the same amount of damage except it's bludgeoning instead of piercing. And short bows, those are simple. Darts, that's what I use. They're throwing darts. They're kind of like daggers anyways, they're just cheaper. A light
I've got
crossbow.
the list here. If you want me to.
Well, I'm looking specifically for ones that are dex based, and I don't think the table doesn't specify.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, light crossbow, that's a 1d8, so that's decent damage, but they're expensive. That's 25 gold. We have way more than enough money though. Like we have 375 gold or whatever it was. So, so you could buy one of those if you wanted to, Sako. It is two-handed though, so you'd have to like stow it when you aren't using it.
I have a light crossbow and daggers.
Okay, all right. So
And a
you're already
mace.
good crossbow. That's good then. Okay, so you just want a melee option then.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything better than the dagger I currently have.
Maybe a sickle. Let's see. I would say a sickle probably could be. It's a simple weapon. Like I think it by default is. Let me check it real quick. I think by default it's strength based. But I would say that it probably could be melee or dex based instead. Yeah, it is by default strength. That's up to Ben. It's 1d4 though, so I mean it's not. Basically, it would be about the same as a dagger, anyways. You're probably not going to have a lot of great options that are melee dex based.
All right, this still works. I'm good.
Quarterstaff potentially. I mean, the quarterstaff is again strength based normally, but that's 1d6, so it would be slightly better. Actually, no, your mace is. Oh well, okay, mace is definitely strength. You could switch to quarterstaff though if you wanted to get one of those. Those are cheaper anyway, and that would be one. It'd be versatile, meaning if you used it in two hands, you can get up to 1d8, and that could be dex based. So that's probably your best option, and cheap too.
Cool.
You want that?
I think I'll stick with what I have now. I was just kind of looking for some dagger options. It's all right.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's magical options and stuff like that, but as far as the base daggers, you pretty much already have that.
Yeah, I saw some other stuff in there, but it looked like it was all magical stuff. But I'm sure it won't be too long before you guys get a chance to come across some of that stuff. So
At least from what I've seen, it seems like the like pre-written books are way more generous with. I don't usually throw out a ton of magic items, and the books tend to. So we'll probably end up with a lot more than like we generally do in our regular games.
yeah. Oh, and just a reminder, you guys are going down into the sewers, and I don't think you guys have dark vision, except for possibly Eldor.
The humans definitely don't. I definitely don't. So
Shoot, we should probably get some torches.
I think I do.
Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. You got a ton of torches, Eldor.
yeah, I've got 10 torches as well.
Yep. Never mind.
So I'm good to go there.
Okay, guys. Anything else before you head down?
I
And
think
you
that's
guys,
it.
How are you guys on your resources and stuff? You guys aren't too beat up, are you? I was looking at your stuff, and I don't. At least Rob didn't look like he had anything missing, and I don't think Eldor had any spell slots missing. So
No, we're pretty light.
Yeah, we healed up. We used hit dice.
okay,
And as far as resources, yeah, I used both of my hit dice, so I don't have any left. So the only resource I've burned basically is my hit dice.
okay. But yeah, so you guys are okay then. Then yeah. Unless you guys did you guys need anything else at the store?
Don't think so.
They have any healing potions?
Let's see. Yeah. Yes, they actually have one healing potion. And what I find that is that under items G or is that like homebrew stuff? Mostly, you were saying.
Potion, the regular stuff like the potions, regular healing potions, things like that usually are. Let's see.
Just so I can get a general idea of how much it
Yeah,
costs
potion
or
of healing is 50 gold. A standard potion of healing is 50 gold.
Did we have all of those
And I can brew those
origami
too.
paper things added to our inventories yet?
No, actually, I still needed to do that. But yeah. So, you guys do have those though, and you guys each had 3 sheets. So
What was the name of it, G? I can go ahead and add it on.
Paperbird.
Paperbird, okay.
Yeah.
What does a mess kit do?
Cooking. It's a pot and for cooking over a fire, like plate, fork, spoons, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Were you going to pick up that potion of healing for 50 gold, Akasha?
Yeah, right. I'll take it.
I can brew those too if I have the materials for it, so it will save us a lot of money. I just don't have. I have 5 total vials, so I don't have enough free vials to just make a bunch.
Did you just put one in my inventory?
Yeah, did you already do one?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. There. Okay. And did you mark off your gold?
Yeah, I already got it.
Alright. Thank you. Okay,
I
you guys,
probably,
anything else?
with time, shit. Because we've got to be sneaky in there. Let me see what the recipe was for making a cat's eye potion. Because if both Akasha and both you guys do have dark vision, right?
Yeah, I've got dark vision.
Sako, do you?
I'm looking it up.
I'm
Would that
assuming
be under
Ghost would.
abilities?
Yeah, cats would. What was that, G?
Would that be under abilities tab?
It would be, yeah, abilities tab, and then you would see, no, sorry, actually you'd see it on your main tab. Under senses, it'll probably say dark vision 60 feet or something like that.
I don't see anything there. So.
I don't see anything there.
Okay, let's check the race real quick. Maybe I'll just make 2 of them anyways, because since we need to be somewhat stealthy sneaking in there, I could just brew up. It's the materials for it are cheap, so and plentiful, so I could probably find a store that sells them.
Cool.
As long as I don't fail the rolls anyways. Let's see, race. Yeah, it doesn't look like they do. Either I'm looking at that or I'm looking in the wrong spot, one of the two. Hang on. It says dark vision on the wiki page for them.
Okay.
But I don't see it on... Let me compare it to the elf one, because the elves definitely do. Yeah, elves definitely say dark vision in there, and furbolgs don't. So I think they probably don't. I would, because I mean, the wiki page lists every edition, and like it goes back to fourth, third, second, and first. But the general information says Dark Vision, so I'm guessing they probably had it in earlier versions, but not for 5th edition or something. But the materials all I need is Wormtongue petals and sage root. They already have sage root, so Wormtongue petals I would just need to buy, and that's just a common flower that grows in urban areas too, so I could probably even just, find it and pick some. But if not, I can buy some. Want to make
If
the
you want to,
royalty?
we can just, yeah. So you can I'll just say the shop had some.
That's fine.
fair.
Yeah, it would be cheap anyway, so I'll mark off, how much do you think? A few silver?
Yeah, probably just a couple silver pieces for some flowers.
All right.
And okay, you make the rolls or I make the rolls?
I make them on my side
Herbalism
for the
rolls.
skills. Yeah, it's the alchemy roll,
Okay.
because it'll use my proficiency for it, so. And DC is 12 for these, and I'm going to try to make 2, at least initially. If we don't succeed, then I'll try it again. It'll cost more money, of course, but... Whoops. Not used to rolling that. First one a 22,
Yeah, that one worked.
and second one an 11, so failed the second one.
If it's fair, I'd say you can try another one. Yeah, you got enough.
There you go. Yeah, I'll just mark off another silver for another one, so got two total doses worth.
All right. Awesome.
But I'm brewing that and immediately just taking it, so I'm not going to waste a vial for it. So I'll put one on Eldor and one on me, so that I still have vials for poisons and stuff.
Sweet.
Right, that's all set, and that lasts 8 hours. And let me mark off another silver here. There we go. All right, good to go.
Cool. All right, so you guys leaving the shop heading to sewers?
I'm ready, as long as you guys are.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm good.
All right. Well, you went where the Captain Staggett told you guys to go. There was a dead-end street, and you look, and there is a manhole over at the end of the dead-end street.
Before we approach, does it look like there are people hanging around it? Because was it Staggett that described? I think it was that described that there were people that hung around there, meaning that there could be people, watching that manhole.
Yeah, no, there's nobody here right now. And he was just saying he's seen people come and go. There wasn't really like guards or anything standing there. Nobody was essentially standing there trying to guard it or anything, but he's seen people come and go out of that numerous times, and why the hell else would you be running down in the sewers? Because they're not part of the Dung Sweepers Guild, which is the people that to clean the sewers. So he knows that.
Are there any of that symbol, that circle with spokes?
No.
Okay, well, I'm ready to head down in.
Pretty, boring dead end alley just with the manhole at the end of it. So you guys gonna pop the cover and go down?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a ladder, not super long, probably like a 10, 12 foot descent down in there. And as soon as you get down to the bottom, the only light that you can see is from above you guys where the manhole is open. So you guys are. It's a good thing you guys got those potions, so because it is completely dark down here.
I was afraid of that. What I didn't want is I didn't want to be walking, through here with torches, because we'd be visible immediately from anybody in the distance.
Yeah.
Open flaming methanes,
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Good point.
End up blowing up ourselves in half the street.
All right, when you guys step down in, it's a tunnel, and there's about a foot of nasty water running down through the center of the tunnel. So you might want to walk up on the side unless you want to get your shoes all crappy.
Yeah, I'm
And
definitely
when
up
you
on the
guys
side.
start walking down the tunnel a bit, and you guys notice that it veers off in one direction. It keeps going the way that you're going, but there's also a split off. And when you guys get to that split off, when you get close enough to see, you notice a symbol. It's drawn in yellow chalk on above the other entrance of the other way to go, and it's a palm-sized circle with 10 little spokes coming out of the center of it.
All right, that's a Xanathar symbol, and I think it was one of the Kenku. Let me find it real quick. One of the Kenku mentioned follow the yellow signs in the sewer, so we gotta go that way.
Okay, you guys gonna go in the direction of the yellow symbol down that tunnel?
Yeah, that's the way we're supposed to go.
Okay, guys.
Of course,
So you're
as far as
going down?
RPGs are concerned, it means that there was a chest with extra loot, down the other way if we had just gone there and then looped back.
or if it's Dragon Warrior style, you walk for like 10 minutes and it's a dead end, and then you get in 35 fights on the way down there just to waste your time.
Yep.
And then you have to walk all the way back.
Those fucking bastard skeletons with 4 arms, the Marauders.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't throw more of those in on balance and wipe us out like 10 of those Marauder guys. Fucking die. Okay, and when you guys are going down, you see another split off, and then you look and see another yellow symbol. It's chalk. Same as the other one. Very similar to the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it again. Trying to keep a kind of a mental map, I guess. I'm not writing it down, but trying to keep a mental map of the directions we've gone, in case on the way back, if somebody, because they're written in chalk, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if somebody wipes them off, it might be harder to find our way, so I'm just trying to remember we turned left and then we turned right and blah, blah, blah.
When you go by, you do notice that when you go by those, that there is some remnants of yellow chalk on there, so it looks like they have been erased before. So.
Yeah, chalk isn't a permanent, thing anyway, so, if it's something that someone was trying to, keep us down here or something like that, or make us get lost or whatever, they could easily just wipe it off, so.
Yep. Okay. And when you guys are going, it's been about an hour or so, and it's not really hard to navigate because every time you see an intersection, you see another one of those yellow symbols, and so I'm assuming you guys just continue following the yellow symbols.
Yeah, unless there's, at least for me, unless there's anything that stands out that we, should investigate off on any of the off-ramps, I guess, then I'll just follow the yellow.
Nothing seems too interesting, and you don't hear any major sounds, just rats skittering around and water flowing and that kind of thing, so nothing seems too interesting. So, and also, again, you don't want to take a chance on getting lost down here. So, alright, and when you guys are going, it's been about an hour or so, again, following the little yellow symbols, and you guys come to a three-way intersection this time, and there's a ladder that's leading up a stone shaft where you can see, it looks like there's a little tiny bit of light coming up, and it looks like another manhole cover, and there's a little bit of light coming through the finger hole. And then you see that there's also another one of those chalk symbols on one of the walls nearby. But then when you guys get a little bit closer, you see that there's something floating in front of that symbol, where that way where that symbol is. So, you guys want to roll initiative for me, please?
Alright. Getting right to it. I have advantage on that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 19. Oh, gee, I keep forgetting. Let's, before next week, if we remember to do it, let's get the auto sound set up for you too. Now that everything else is working, like if you have, everything working smoothly, we can set the auto sounds up on your side as well.
Okay.
Oh, Becky for, I guess Ghost doesn't need initiative yet because he can't fight, huh?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
So I'll just have him sit back in the tunnel and watch.
This map was just one that I randomly made up because this part didn't even really have a map, but I know sometimes it's confusing to do a battle without a map, so the actual surroundings and stuff, not really all that important. It's just that, again, the thing that you see floating around was in front of the entrance that had another tunnel that had the symbol, so you're assuming that's the way you need to go, then he's in your way. So.
Okay. Are we,
so again, the map
I guess, are we only using the chamber that you've dropped my token on? Is that the only part that we're using? We can ignore the other rooms, basically?
Yeah, so let's just say that one that you're in, it's not actually that wide, of course, but that's just the tunnel that you guys are in. And then one way is where you saw that manhole that, leads up a shaft with a ladder to the manhole. And then the other way that you see is blocked by that floating thing, and that has the yellow chalk symbol. So the way you guys are coming, the manhole, and then the way that you guys are assuming need to go. So.
Okay. The map pack thing that I bought for you didn't have a map for, like, it should have maps for pretty much every potential combat encounter. Like, that's how they're intended to be, because it was made for virtual tabletop.
Yeah, with this one, I didn't see anything based off the names. There was nothing that said sewer or anything like that. And then when I was just searching the basic maps, I didn't see anything sewer either. So
okay, there's definitely in the map, like the map pack that I gave you, like not these, but all the heroic maps and other ones that I bought. There's definitely sewer ones for those, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be an actual sewer. It just, some of the stuff like for this, if we weren't going to be using the other parts of it, so basically all the top and then the chamber on the right, you could crop those out, and it would make it a little less confusing too. So I'll show you how to do that. I'll just put it in my notes to remind you to go over with you.
Okay. All right. Can you guys? There we go.
There it is. Okay. It's an eyeball creature.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a? I mean, the token looks beholder-ish. Is that how it looks? Does it look like a beholder?
Yeah. When you guys look at it, it's a little grapefruit-sized thing with a big old eye in the center, and it has 4 little stumpy stalks hanging off of it, and a mouthful of nasty-looking teeth.
So like a baby beholder or something? Because like a real beholder, we'd be fucked. So.
This one is called, because it doesn't really, I don't think it matters if you guys know, so I identified it or whatever, it's called a gazer. So essentially it just looks like a little, I think he's just a little mini beholder, basically.
Okay.
Same kind of tricks, just not quite as mini it looks like, but I mean he is just another form of a beholder, basically, is what he seems like. So, floating a guy with stalks and the usual, so.
Is he in the combat tracker? Because he's visible on the board, but not in the combat tracker, which means that did you just drop the token on the board, or what'd you do?
No, he's in the combat tracker, and I started, do I need to... He is hostile towards you guys. You don't see him in the combat tracker?
No.
Okay. Good.
There's a little eyeball icon in the bottom next to the token. You have to click that to make sure that he's visible in the combat tracker. But the thing is that with him on the board, we shouldn't see him on the board. Okay, so that's probably not the same thing. The one that's on the map, how did you get him there?
I put him there before because I set this up before, but what I did is when I revealed it, I right-clicked on it and set the visibility or whatever it was, because I didn't remember how to do it in the combat tracker to make the eye, to hit the eye in the combat tracker. So, so I did that first, and then now I hit the eye in the combat tracker. So that's what it was. So
I think if you right-click the token, it should be the same one. We'll be able to tell basically is once he takes some damage or something, just make sure that the damage is showing up in the because we can't see it, but make sure that the damage shows up in the combat tracker, and as long as it is, then we're good to go.
Yeah, I think he's good because when I mouse over him, it says Gazer over his token, so I mean, he should be good.
Okay.
And you guys can actually place yourselves essentially wherever you would be in your marching order because, again, it's not a super thin tunnel, but, you know, I mean, you wouldn't be totally spread out. But again, the map doesn't really matter, so I guess whoever is in front or whatever, you guys can set up where you would have been. So.
Should we assume that the lines that I'm drawing here is this like the width of the tunnel here, like where those pillars are?
Yeah. So yeah, in between the sets of pillars. Yeah, the pillars just below you guys and the pillars just above you guys. I think that'd be fair. Where those are perfect.
Okay. And you said he rose up out of water. So where is the water?
Oh, he didn't rise up out of water.
Oh, okay.
You saw him. You saw something floating in front of the entrance where you saw that yellow.
Okay, you said floating, and I was thinking floating in the water. He was just floating in the air?
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Flying, sorry. Yeah.
No problem, no, that's totally fine. I assumed it was, sewer water, like he was floating in that like a body or something. Okay, and we can tell that he's hostile to us because he's red on the combat tracker and everything, but as far as in narrative, like, does he look hostile? Does it look like he's, a guard or something?
Yeah, I forgot to read the last line on that, but the actual description of it, he says that when it, is a grapefruit-sized creature with a big old eye in the center and 4 little stumpy stalks, and then he bares his teeth at you and starts coming at you. So yes, and you're assuming he was put here on purpose in case any random people had happened to come down through here. So.
Okay. What to do? I think I'll probably. Yeah, I think I'll mark him, and I'm just gonna charge enemies. Yeah, I might as well. You said he's grapefruit size. It'll probably be a little bit harder to hit as far as his AC. I'll have a high AC for Dex, but I'm gonna try to charge at him and jab him.
Okay.
So up to here, that's 30 feet to get there. Well, 25 actually. I have 5 feet left because the last one would be a corner to keep the angle free for them. And since he hasn't acted yet, I will get advantage on the attack for quick strikes. For an 18.
And it hits. Roll damage, please.
13 damage. And I'm going to spin the the spear around and try to whack him in the eyeball with the blunt end.
Okay. And that one did not hit.
All right, then I'm gonna back up, just backing away from him. So I mean, he'll have an opportunity attack, but I'm just gonna back up to here.
Okay. And when you got him with the spear, that was definitely a good hit. He looks like he's not feeling too good now. So he's still up and floating around and everything, but he's not looking too happy still.
All right,
So
well,
he is going to...
I rolled pretty high, 9 + 4. I just saw Beholder and I was thinking he was going to be really tough.
Yeah, and hit you. You jabbed him pretty good, and he's, nice and dazed and everything. And he tries to take a bite out of your arm where your spear hand was at, and he misses though. So you stepped away successfully.
Nice. And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Eldor, it's your turn, sir.
All right, I'm going to position myself down here, just behind the pillar, but I can still see the... and I'm going to use my light crossbow to fire from 25 feet away.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to drop my spear rock on him. Let me do that too.
All right, and how do I fire the crossbow again? Which one do I click?
So once you have him targeted, where your crossbow is at the top of under your weapons, under Actions tab, you see your crossbow there. When you have him targeted, double-click the black dice.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Send a bolt out, and it does not hit. It's a... Let's see.
I think I have a skill for that, though, don't I?
For natural ones?
Yeah, let me check.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what it's called.
One of those luck things or something?
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, you know what? It's fine. I'll let that roll for now.
Okay, so you go to try to shoot him, and it just goes way off because he's pretty small. It's gonna be hard to hit. He's only about the size of a grapefruit. But what happened on that fumble table was that he now has the dodge effect for the next 1d3 rounds if he wants to. So.
Well, all attacks against him will have disadvantage for the next up to 3 rounds. So 1d3G, what you need to do is, if you right-click on the die, on any of the dice down in the bottom left corner, you'll see. Oh shit. That's actually for rolling multiple of them. Where's the one for
just
custom dice? You can just roll a d4. Actually, sorry. So right-click on one and then hit custom dice in the top left. And then the one on the right will be a d3. We won't see it, but you'll see it, and that'll tell you how many rounds they'll have dodge for. You find the custom die?
Let me see. There we go. Oh, wrong one.
Since he's already low, that'll be the difference between him lasting a couple of rounds and not, probably. Because Akasha will put an arrow in his face.
And was that it for your turn, Sokka? Any bonus action?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Sokka hit the arrow in the bottom corner of the combat tracker.
Oh, sorry.
All good, dude.
Alright, and now it is the Gazer's turn. So he is going to... He actually is already. Well, so I should probably...
Hey, you're actually remembering to turn the tokens. That's like the first time I've ever seen you turn a token before.
Yeah. He turns towards Rav, and he is going to...
I should have saved an extra 10 feet, so I could have tried to hide behind the pillar.
Okay, so he's going to... Yep. And... So actually first he looks at Rav, and that is... Oh, that's not a good one. Is this how it would work?
Yay! Oh shit! Hang
He
on.
got him at 1, so he automatically failed. So
No, that's I rolled a natural 1. So you rolled a save, and that's me failing a wisdom save.
oh,
So
okay.
remember. So it basically, usually what you would do there is you did it exactly how Fantasy Grounds wants you to do it. What I generally do is I'll have you guys roll. I'll have the players roll the saves themselves, so that it's not taking away your kind of initiative. But anyways, the spell effects will automatically have the players. It'll automatically roll it for the players, including their stats. So it had me roll a Wisdom save of a natural 1 with +3 is for a total of 4. So it's almost certainly a failure for whatever it is.
All right. Well, since do you want to do a wisdom save then?
No, go ahead, G. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to make it fair. I didn't think about that. I didn't want to take it away.
No, it's
so.
it is fair to do it the way that Fantasy Grounds wants you to do it. I just usually, just to give you guys, so that the players have agency over those rolls, when you see that it's gonna have a save, just make them roll it, and then you compare it against what it says, whether it's what the DC is, whether it's a failure or a success.
Cool. Yeah. So that one was you failed. So you are now charmed.
Son of a bitch.
But this one seems like a different kind of charm. I'll read it again, but it doesn't sound like it's the kind of charm where he controls you. I think it's just the kind of charm where you're kind of weakened and you actually maybe it is. I'm gonna have to look.
Charm
at it.
isn't usually they don't usually have control. It's just differing effects. Like for example, the harpy charm was one where you had to walk towards them. Basically you had to follow them. But it doesn't mean like you have to do what they say, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, let me double check it again because this one, wasn't like that. And that one is. Okay, so if you fail, you're charmed until the start of his next turn, and while you're charmed, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls. So you're not mind controlled.
Okay. Well,
So
that
you have
means
15 speed and disadvantage on attacking him.
cool. He already has well, I'd have disadvantage attacking right now anyways because of the dodge thing, but those don't stack, so it'd still be the same.
Okay. And then he actually turns over and looks toward Eldor. Move the right way. And he sends out a...
Do these beams, these eye beams that he's using, do they have colors?
Let me see. No, it doesn't say in here. On his character sheet thing, it doesn't say anything about colors.
Okay.
They're named, but it doesn't say anything about colors, so...
Yeah, that might have been just the beholder from LMOP.
All right, and actually, Sako, can you please give me a strength save, please?
Well, at least Sako's got good strength. Oh, actually, no, never mind. He's got high dex. Never mind. I was thinking
actually,
verbally would, but
Terrible strength save.
actually, hang on a second here, Sako. Are you considered large or medium? Your body size thing.
The way that it describes it, it's one size larger than a human, I guess. So
okay, so
medium, right?
it's a little bit. That's specifically for pushing and pulling, or for strength, or for carrying things like that. So the large frame, powerful build is the one you're talking about, Sako. And it can count as one size larger when determining carrying capacity, weight you can push, drag, or lift, but you're still considered a medium creature as far as like all playable races basically are either medium or small.
Gotcha. So medium, but have the strength of one higher up.
Just like Norok, right, Holmes?
Yeah, exactly.
He's technically considered medium,
Yeah,
but
he's
yeah.
actually Furbolgs would be almost the exact same height as a Goliath or Yogg, between 7 and 8 feet tall, 240 and 300 pounds. Size is medium.
Okay. So yes, please give me a strength save, Sako.
That's a good roll.
And you succeeded. So he actually sends out, because he's zapped a little I-beam at Rav, and then he turns around and zaps a little I-beam at you, but it's not like, with Rav it just shot out, but with this one, it connected to you, and it looked like you felt like he was trying to move you, but it just didn't quite work because you were strong enough to resist it. So.
Is he firing these out of the main eyeball, or are these coming out of the eye stalks?
Out of his main eyeball.
Okay.
Yeah. And, yep, that is it for his turn. So, Akasha.
Alright, so I have disadvantage, right? Against it again?
Yeah, because he has dodge, so just and that works melee and range, right, Holmes?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that did not connect.
Alrighty.
So
I'm just gonna back up just a little bit more. There we go.
okay,
Maybe his eye beams don't go that far.
Oh, and ghosts can't really do anything, so there we go.
he's gonna stand there and bark.
You have to hit it this time, G.
Okay,
When a round ends, you have to hit it to start the next round. It's to give you a chance, like if there's specific, like environmental effects that happen at the end of a turn, that kind of stuff, or at the end of a round rather. That's what that's for.
Okay.
Okay.
And your speed is halved. Don't forget that
Yeah.
for this round.
I am not gonna do anything too tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and mark him again, in case he approaches, but it seems like he's mostly gonna range. But I'll move in 5 feet and jab at his dumb face. With disadvantage. Oh, hang on. I rolled. That was damage. Take 7. Well, all right. So I accidentally rolled the damage. I'm not used to this yet.
Yeah,
so just undo the 7. You know, whatever HPs he was at before, because that knocked him unconscious.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
can see it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let me roll the attack here. 13. Did a 13 hit you?
yes, it did actually. Thank you. I didn't notice that you rolled. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Well, as long as this rolls over a 7, then he's just dead again. Yeah, alright, for 12.
Yeah. Yep. And actually, he only had 2 HP left anyway, because he wasn't
okay.
really all that tough. So you would have, yeah, you whacked him either way. So yep, you go to stab him with the spear again, and it just goes right through him this time, and he's actually stuck on your spear. Looks like a bloody fucking coconut or something. Stuck on your spear.
He said he's
Little
only grapefruit
tentacles hanging
size. I want to, just in
Yeah.
case I might be able to harvest something useful from him later, I want to throw him in my backpack.
Cool.
I don't know that there will be anything useful from him, but I want to dissect it and see. So just for now, I'll just throw it in the. I'll you know, what I'll do is, because I don't want to get its guts on my hands. I'm going to take my backpack and just put the head of the spear with the grapefruit on the end of it inside the backpack, and then use the side to just kind of hold the grapefruit, and then pull my spear out.
That works. So now you have a dead body of a little tiny mini beholder with you in your backpack.
Works for me.
Should we? Are you just gonna remember that, or should we put something on your inventory?
I'll mark it on my
Remind you?
inventory.
Okay.
Alright,
Gazer body or whatever.
Can I find my arrow?
Yeah. Because he was kind of up against that wall, so it just tinged off that wall right there.
Okay.
And then your crossbow arrow is probably out there somewhere too, Sokka, if you want to go find it.
Yeah, probably
If you
stuck in
roll
the
like a
wall
1 or
somewhere.
whatever. Yeah. If you guys would have rolled once or something, they would have broke, but they're still usable. So if you want to pick them back up, and then make sure you put that back in your inventory if you marked it off already.
It automatically takes them off for ammo when you fire it. It marks off a circle, but you can just put the just uncheck the circle and it'll put it back.
Okay.
All right. So, but he was guarding it was another manhole, right? Like a ladder going up or something.
Yeah, he was actually guarding another tunnel, and the tunnel has the yellow thing, and the other way, because you guys came from one way, and there was 2 ways. One of them is where the gazer was, and then another one was a ladder leading up to what you would assume is a manhole, because you see a little tiny bit of light coming through what you would assume is the finger hole. So.
Okay. Would you take off the charmed effect from me as well?
Yeah.
And I'm ready to continue along then, as soon as you guys are.
Yep.
Yeah, I got my stuff ready.
Okay, guys. So, are you guys heading down the tunnel, or are you going to go up the manhole?
Is there light coming through the manhole? Does it look like it's just going back to the surface?
Yeah, you see some light poking through. So it looks like it goes up to the surface.
Where was the yellow? Basically is the yellow notating the tunnel or going up?
The tunnel
Um,
that the gazer was in front of.
What do you guys think? Do you want to peek our heads up and see where we are in the city? At least, you know, if there's maybe it's a warehouse or something important, or should we just keep
It's
following?
like a reference point at least.
Yeah, maybe at least just to know where we are. What do you think, Akasha?
Sure.
Yeah, let's pop up and at least take a look so we know where we are.
Okay. When you guys go up the tunnel, you guys see that you are actually... You look up and you actually see that you're inside the cellar. So there was some light coming through, but it was like candlelight, you know, fake light that you could still see coming through. And then when you pop up, you see that you were in the cellar of what you would assume is like a tavern or something, because you see supplies, you know, bottles of whiskey and shit like that, and some food and stuff. So.
Okay, well, guys, I need to do a little shopping real quick. So if you guys don't mind holding on.
I was gonna say there's nobody here if Rob wants to, you know.
I'm gonna stealth up very carefully into the cellar, and then I'm gonna take a look at what kind of alcohol supplies we have.
All right, so let's see. Roll a flat d20 if you would, please. Just to kind of determine what we got going on here. Okay, so it's not as much of a stock as you'd hoped it would be, but there's still a few bottles. You see a bottle of dark rum. You see a bottle, well, you'd assume it's rum because of the color of it. You see a bottle of clear alcohol, and then you see another bottle of a lighter brown. All the same size, a fifth or whatever that would be.
I want to uncork the clear one and smell it.
Because of, you know, stranger to it, it smells like gin.
Okay. I'm going to take all three, and I'm going to leave 2 gold just sitting where they, you know, where the bottles were, just sitting on a counter.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that 2 gold off, please, and add
a bottle of
3
gin.
bottles.
And what were the other 2? Gin and what?
The other one was, there was one that was a dark brown color, and you would assume it's probably rum, because it's so dark it's probably rum. You don't know for sure, but, and then the other one is a lighter brown color, like what you would think of for dark liquor color.
Okay. Maybe like a Jaeger or something?
You'd assume it's probably some kind of bourbon or whiskey.
Okay, alright.
Because it's not super thick. It's not a little, you know, like brandy's a little thicker because it has more sweet and stuff, so you'd assume it's probably whiskey or bourbon.
Cool. Alright, I've added them into my inventory. I'm gonna stealthily climb back down the ladder.
Alright. Akasha, Eldor, you guys just peeking up and going back down or what?
Oh, I stayed down in the tunnel. Keep him watch.
Oh, okay. You and Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out down there.
Alright, guys.
Speaking of, by the way, as soon as I'm climbing on the way climbing down the ladder, I'm gonna open my original bottle of vodka and take another big swig of it because it's been a few hours.
Okay. So by then, that bottle's probably, what did you say, about halfway gone?
Oh, not that much. I mean, I only bought it this morning, and I've taken 2. This is the 3rd big swig. The last one was right when we killed the Kenku. I took another big swig then. So 3 big swigs out of it, but not enough to go through halfway through the bottle.
Yeah, so maybe like 3/4 of it left, something like that.
Yeah, probably about
down
that.
the bottom of the neck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you just got extra anyway, so I don't think you're gonna run dry anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not just for alcoholism though. Like, there's actually a crafting purpose that I need it for.
Well, I was gonna say you got fucking Molotovs ready to go. Find a
That's
fucking
true,
rag
yeah.
if you need to. So, yeah. Okay. So, are you guys gonna carry on down the tunnel or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
One second here. All right, you guys you go down that last tunnel, and it's been about 5 minutes or so, and then you guys actually see like a door, and it has the symbol, that same yellow symbol on it. So you're assuming you've probably found your destination after an hour plus running around down the sewers.
Cool. No guards though, nothing visible.
I was about to say maybe check for any type of traps by the doors or anything like that.
Okay. When you guys are looking, you don't hear anything when you're going by so far. You don't hear anything, and when you go to try the door, it's not locked. Well, when you check it out, you see that it's not locked, and from looking around, you don't see. Looks like doesn't look like anything's attached to it. No strings or chains or anything like that. And you look up above you, and you don't see anything hanging above you or anything like that. So it does not seem to be trapped.
Just for future reference, OG, usually make rolls for those kinds of things, even if it's not. Like, even if you know that it's not, you still want to have a roll made for it just to, that's where the player agency stuff comes in, basically. We'll go over that. I'll keep it in my notes, and I'll explain how to do those things. I'm going to go ahead, well... Eldor's checked the door. It doesn't sound like it's trapped. I want to listen at the door real quick to see if, if there's talking on the other side or anything.
Okay. Can you give me would that be investigation?
No, that's perception. Investigation is like specifically looking for a specific thing rather than, just listening.
Okay. Please roll a perception.
2. Well, total of 7, but...
When you listen
that
through,
should have been in the tower anyway, sorry.
Okay. When you listen through, doesn't really seem to be anything standing out, but also you can still hear the water flowing and stuff like that from the tunnel that you just got out of and everything, so didn't really... there was other noises distracting you, but you didn't hear any talking, so...
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Ghost see if he can't smell anything.
Okay. And that would also be perception, right, Holmes?
Yeah, that's perception, and she'll have advantage. Well, he'll have advantage, yeah.
Because of his sniffing. Perception with advantage, please, babes.
Hang on.
Nice. When he sniffs around and he gives you a look like he doesn't really notice too much. Like, he smells something in the distance, but he can't see or can't tell exactly what it is, though. Something caught his nose, but he doesn't seem overly alarmed. But he kind of does look at you like could possibly be something there. So,
Okay.
but it doesn't seem like it's close though, because he could barely make it out. So, even with that good of a roll, so it doesn't seem like there's anything near the door that he smells.
All right.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to carefully open the door, spear in front, and kind of, still, obviously, because we're not holding any light or anything like that, so just trying to stealthily open it to look around inside.
Image incoming. Map. You guys get it?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys see, I'll have to put you back on there. I already had you guys on there once, but you guys see that you are looking down another long tunnel.
You also
And
have
you-
a tiny
all the
little
way
spot on the top that's revealed as well. I don't know if that's on purpose.
I accidentally did that and I didn't know how to put it back, so you guys don't see that little tiny part at the top.
To recover something, G, is, I think it's hold control, but basically, while you're in mask mode, normally when you draw a square, it'll be red, right? Do it again, but this time hold down control and see if it's blue. And if it isn't, then just right click off of it. But you want it when it's blue. When it's blue, if you draw it around an area, it'll recover that area.
Okay.
Try control, and if it's not control, then it's either shift or alt.
And little ghosty. Okay.
Becky,
Yeah,
if
so when you
hold
guys look down,
go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, when you guys look down the hallway, you see it opens up into what looks like a circular kind of room at the end. No door or anything.
But it does look like there's like hallways or a crossway up ahead, like 25 feet ahead.
Yeah, on that though, I don't know if the map's just messed up or not, but based off of the description of this thing, I don't think they're supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be under or over it, is what it is. So there's no north and south right there from what you guys see.
Okay.
So
But if it
that was
was
at
under,
first
would we
I was
see-
confused.
Okay. All right. We'll just ignore it for now then. You can show me
Yeah,
the map
so-
after we're done with this area. You can show me, completely done with the area. You can show me, and I'll
Yeah.
help you figure out what it's supposed to have been. It's probably that.
when
It's probably above or below or something, yeah.
I think that's what it is, because there. I mean, not that it gives anything away, but there are stairs in this place, and so I'm assuming that it has to be a different level. Because based off the description of the thing when I'm reading the module thing, you're not. They didn't say anything about intersections there, so it just says that circular hub room straight ahead of you guys that you can see.
All right, I'm gonna stealthily try to walk towards the end there. I'm gonna roll it in the tower here.
Okay, and I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. I should have eaten. Forgot to eat already, or for this morning. We got Game of Thrones in a few hours.
Yeah, I'm at the mercy of popcorn time for that.
You said it didn't show up super early last week, though?
Not through popcorn time. It was just a leak. I think they accidentally pushed it to Germany or something, and they got it like 16 hours ahead of time. I'm doing my best to try and watch it within, 2 days of Sunday. I try to watch it on Wednesdays, just so I don't get any spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, the endgame spoilers are all over the place too, and I really haven't followed them too much as far as the Marvel movies, but I like the last one, and I want to see this one before I get spoiled.
Yeah, I'm trying to find any excuse to go watch it immediately. I was thinking about leaving work a little early tomorrow and watching it. Today and last night was a madhouse. I tried to get tickets, and the only seat I could find was like one seat at 11:15 p.m.
Wow.
That's like a 3-hour movie too.
Shit, really?
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings long.
I didn't realize it was long.
Alright, so, Rob, you said you were moving on stealthily?
Yeah, I just rolled my stealth check, and I'm just going to... Usually how I do it, and you can do it however, whichever way you prefer, but usually how I do it is, give you an idea of if you feel comfortable that you're being stealthy or not, like just to give you like a very rough estimate. Like if you don't feel like you're able to be quiet in here or not, like you might kick a stone, things like that. But I'm going to try to stealthily move towards the end of the tunnel, but if I hear anything at all, I'm going to stop. Like if I hear talking or moving or anything.
Okay. Alright, and when you started walking down, you're not really kicking any rocks or anything around. You feel like you're pretty well hidden.
Okay.
You're not making too much noise, you don't feel, so.
Around at this point then, is there still, like, I'm not hearing anybody moving or breathing or anything around the outside?
Still not, no. It's just based off of the last perception. Still nothing.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna come up to the corner then and peek left and right.
Okay. And when you... Give me 1 second, I gotta get the mask mode going again. And when you peek left and right, you notice other tunnels. This is a circular, the room is just a big circle here. And then there is one going south and one going north. Give me just 1 second, I will reveal it.
Cool.
That's the circular room you see. And okay, that one marked. And then you see hallways north and south.
Is that not land? Is that like a sidewalk on the other side, on the bottom left?
I think that's it was hard to reveal the circle part, but that's a different level that you're not on, upper or lower, different floor. So.
Okay. I don't know how the map wouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like usually a map wouldn't have it drawn that way if that was the case. But okay. All right, then I guess looking each direction then, so I don't see anything else, right? It's just a circular room and then a road going north and a road going south.
Yep.
Is there like hallways on either side? Like does it just go forever in either direction?
Okay. Which side are you looking at, north or south?
Well, both. I mean, I'll check. Look to the south, see if there's a hallway that comes off of that, or look north, see if there's a hallway that comes off of there.
Okay. Then give me 1 second here. That was... Can you give me another perception check, please?
Sure.
Yeah, perception. Perfect. Actually, when you look to the southern area, you see that there is... It looks like there's a spot along the wall that's a different pattern of stone and stuff. It looks like a little bit different than the rest of the wall. So,
Okay.
just a few paces. What's that? 15, 20 feet or so to the south in the southern hall.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing in the way, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and wave to Eldor and Akasha that it's clear. And then I'll kind of move up to the entrance to the other side where that different stone is.
All
Right
right.
here?
Yeah, right about there. And when you look to the east, yeah, sorry, my directions are messed up there. When you look to the east, you see actually a secret door right in front of where you're standing. So you actually position yourself correctly. And
To the east? It's not this ledge right here?
it's...
This part right here looks like it goes... I mean, obviously this is part of the map that's revealed, but it looks like that's supposed to be like a sidewalk kind of a thing. Oh, I see. Okay, we couldn't see that part. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a secret door right there that I just popped open, or just revealed there. There is a door right there. And, Eldor, is that where you actually are at, or did you move up more?
Actually, the openings right there. Can I look north and south down that area?
Those are actually on a different level. It's like you don't see those. The tunnel is just straight ahead. It's just the way that the map is built. So that's like above or below you guys. So.
Gotcha. Okay. I am following behind, and I'm going to position myself right here.
Okay. And can I please get stealth checks from Akasha and Eldor? Since Ghost can't act, would he still need a stealth check here, Holmes? Since he's not combat active right now.
I would say probably not. I mean, narratively he is there, so yes, he should narratively. I would say whether it would impact or not, it's up to you.
Can you give me one stealth roll for Ghost too, please, honey?
I just did.
Thank you.
And Becky, you can adjust his token size if you hold down Control and then mouse wheel when you're hovering over him. It'll make him bigger or smaller. Unless you want him to be kitty cat size.
No, how big does he need to be?
I mean, he'll still be in a 5-foot square, so just whatever size you think he would be in relation to, like your token, for example.
I guess there, maybe. Can't see.
That's probably about right, yeah. All right, so this door, is it open, G? Or, like you said, it's a secret door. Is it open, or is it still, like, I guess describe it for me?
It was hard to see because it's the same exact pattern as the rest of the wall and everything, but because you got a good perception roll, you notice that there is a handle there. So there's a very, cut out, that you can tell that it's something that is not actually part of the wall, and you see a little handle there, so you would assume it's a door.
Is it made of stone?
Yeah.
Okay, probably won't be able to hear too much then, like not hearing anything from the other side.
No, but also when Akasha and Eldor were going through that circular room, you heard what the hell, and then a arrow, because there's little slits in the wall. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that part. Like the little 1-inch or 2-inch little slits in the wall, like you would see like in a tower of a castle or something like that.
They're called murder holes.
And then, yeah, and an arrow comes through at Akasha. Give me 1 second here.
Where are these slits at?
So that whole circular room, there are slits all along the walls there. So.
Okay.
And then an arrow comes from the north west. Yeah, sorry, my directions are not fucking good today. Coming at you through one of those slits. So give me 1 second here. That one was. Yeah, that one okay. Oop, and he got you.
Was that Sirenscape or was that a truck driving by or something?
That's a truck.
Yeah, it is. Is that loud? Yeah, that's loud.
Is that Kenku battle? Is that more stupid Kenkus?
That's supposed to be what's fucking shooting at you guys. I don't think that sounds exactly right, but okay. Is that still too loud? Yeah.
No, it's fine like that.
Okay.
Okay, so
from the northwest, an arrow comes through one of those slits and hits you, Akasha. Not from much, it just grazes your arm. Not too bad, but you did get shot at.
Alright.
Also, another arrow comes through at Ghost from the southeast, but misses. So,
having heard this, then I'm gonna, I guess, hearing that the arrows were coming from up there, I don't see any other murder holes along this tunnel where we are.
no, just in the circular room.
All right, then quietly, you know, I'm not going to yell it out loud, but quietly, I'm going to beckon Akasha and Ghost to come down this way so that they can't, you know, get an angle, and we can step into this doorway here.
Okay, you guys gonna head down?
Yeah,
Okay.
this way.
Can't see the rest of this chamber, but you know, if there's better being able to fight back on something that we can actually see if there's bad guys in there than just being shot at through a murder hole that we can't fight back from. If you want to reveal that room, G.
Yes, sorry. And when you guys look through here, you see.
I'm gonna look for more murder holes along the way too. So if there's, like, I'm gonna look to check the walls immediately to see if there's more arrow slits.
Okay, when you guys are looking through here, you see just a pretty short little corridor, and then you see it veers off to the north, and you see some stairs to your kind of directly ahead of you going to the southeast. So.
Okay.
And you did notice that one of those arrows did come from southeast of that circular room. The one that missed Ghost.
Okay, so it wasn't okay. There was two or one coming from each direction, then northwest and southeast.
Northwest, yeah, arrow came through and hit Akasha, and then southeast one came through and just went right over Ghost.
Okay, but I didn't see any more in this like corridor where we are, right?
There's no more murder holes that you see.
Okay, then that means that the one that came from the southeast that shot at Ghost has to be right around this corner. So I'm going to, you know what? Actually, before I come around the corner, I'm going to smear some poison on my spear. Just as I'm running around the corner, just pull the vial out and start smearing it on as I'm running around the corner. And I'm going to come straight here, turning this way. I'm going to check to the right, of course, to make sure that that stairway is clear. But I'm going to come, you know, around this way to go try to, you know, see unless there's another wall or something in the way to try to. Okay, I guess there's a door there. But whoever shot at Ghost, anyways, has to be right here.
Yeah, you see a door in front of you, and when you look down the stairs, you didn't notice anything. You just look when you look down the stairs. You see, actually, you can't see that. Let me reveal. Sorry.
Okay, and clean up the revealing a little bit too, because we can't tell where walls and stuff are. Like there's remember the last week when there were those gray bars in front of doors? Like it's kind of hard to tell. Just zoom yourself in when you're going to reveal an area. Just zoom it way in so that you can make sure you get it all the way. And then make sure that, like, try to, if you can, try to get the walls a little bit along the outside so that we can tell where a wall is and where, like, another part of a room might be. So I'll draw a square to show you what I mean. Like right now, there's a square. Like there's a block right there, and there's a block right here, and along this side we can't see the wall there, that kind of stuff. So you can just draw bigger squares to cover everything. You know, if there's like secret doors and things like that, then be careful. You know, be really meticulous about it. Otherwise, err on the side of revealing more than revealing less, because there's also like there's a line right here that we can't see in the middle of this round room back up here. So none of these are big deals. It just makes it a little easier to see like what it is that we're looking at in the room here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this one you see down the stairs is you don't see anything moving around down there, but a square room down there. And from the stairs you can see that there is a door to the east.
Okay.
Off that room. So from where, and then when you look north, you see that door ahead of you. So
okay. Are we hearing bird sounds, or is that just the sirenscape?
You actually heard footsteps from that room. There's some footsteps that you can hear in that to the north behind that. You assume behind that door. So
like multiple, so not just one creature but multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna motion to Akasha and Eldor to let them know that there's multiple targets in here that were firing at us. And I'm ready to open the door and charge in as soon as everybody is ready to go.
All right. Akasha, Eldor, you guys where you want to be? Because Rav mentioned to you guys he, notioned to you guys, and so it sounds like there's a hostile in the room to the north, behind the door.
Yep, ready to go.
All right. So, you just gonna slowly open the door? You're gonna kick the door open? What you gonna do?
Yeah, they already shot at us, so there's no point in trying to be stealthy about it. I'm just gonna knock the door in and immediately go jabbing.
Cool.
And my gets to stabbing.
And when you kick the door in, you see, for some reason, he sounds like a bird, but you see a goblin standing there with a short bow in his hand. And he is in the process of putting the short bow back on his hip, and he's pulling out a scimitar. So.
Okay.
So, roll
you want initiative rolls? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And it is Rob's turn.
Well, I guess, are you going in the case of like surprise round? Because otherwise it should be a cautious turn because she rolled higher than I did.
Oh, did I not hit the thing yet? Because you're highlighted.
Yeah, I'm highlighted because of the previous combat. It's actually still, like, we didn't reset combat, so grab the arrow, drag it up to the top, and then the round in the bottom right corner, delete it. So I click on the number and then hit delete. There you go. And then click the number in the bottom right and hit delete in the combat tracker. She is kind of smushed behind Eldor, though. Yeah, now it's all set.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't make it through there. So. Yeah, then I'm just gonna stay here and have an arrow ready.
Okay.
So all of that, but I mean that's how you would do it anyway. So. Okay, then I'm just gonna charge through and immediately jab my spear into this guy's face. And he's a goblinoid, so I'm going to get favorite enemy as well. Favorite enemy and my poison damage. And he hasn't acted yet, so I get quick strikes for advantage on the attack. For a 25. Oh, hang on. It didn't have the. Well, I'll just run him. Well, doesn't matter. It didn't even need it apparently, but I also would have had. Oh no, it did. It did. It had +8. Yeah, so it had the poison and the humanoid effect on it. So.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that one just goes right through the center of his neck, all the way through his throat, and he falls down. He's dead as shit. So.
Is there another? Are there more in here?
Oh, in the rest of this room, you don't see anything else. You just see the slits and stuff. Where
oh, that's the murder hole there? Okay.
Yep, where he was shooting through at you guys. So that little corner, he was right up here shooting at you guys.
Gotcha.
That way. So.
You can reveal the bottom part of that too, because we can't see, like, to the left of me, we can't see that wall. So, like I said, just err on... Oh, there's another murder hole.
Yeah.
Error on the side of revealing more than less. Like I can just barely see the walls in the northeast and the east wall and the north wall, so those are fine. But basically now we can see that whole room, so we can actually get an idea of what it looked like. So with him dead, I'm gonna yank my spear out of his neck and I'm not gonna bother rifling through his pockets. You know, especially if he's just a little lowly goblin. Looks like the Elder's moving.
Yeah, just a little bit downstairs. Keep an eye on the room.
Alright. Then...
I'm gonna move here to let Akasha go. So she's not blocked in a hallway.
Alright, and...
Ghost, bring up the back.
Alright, and as you guys are looking into that room and stuff over there, you see... Well, you hear, actually, because you hear Ghost growl, and you see your... Did I... Is that the right one? No, that's the wrong one. You see another one of those bird goblin things when you guys turn around because Ghost roars, and you would assume he was the other one that was shooting at you from the other way, and he also has a scimitar in his hand, and he is coming out towards you guys. So, but I'm just gonna say he would have used all of his movement to get there, so he's going to see if he can shoot at Rav with his bow. So I guess he pulls his bow back out.
Okay.
Was there a reason? Was that advantage or disadvantage or what?
You tell me. It'll say in parentheses either ADD or DIS. We can't see it on our side.
Let me see. Disadvantage number 3. That was the wrong one though. Yeah.
Oh.
Why did it roll the same? Oh, I was pulling off the wrong guy's thing.
Yeah,
That's
you
why.
were using the one that's dead.
Yep. Sorry. So we'll try this again.
Not that I want him to shoot Ghost, but he's just ignoring the gigantic lion right in front of him.
That's why he stopped. He was like, what the hell? And then, I mean, since Ghost can't actually be in combat, he would have shot Ghost if Ghost was in combat, but he just tried to get robbed, but he did not hit, though. Arrow goes over and hits the wall behind where you're standing on the stairs. So... now it's actually your turn, Eldor, because you did... You moving wouldn't have been your full turn, because you guys didn't know there was still somebody coming, so...
Alright, so this room that I'm in right now, can I see up these hallways or anything?
When you look over this way, you see there is a door here. And when you look the other way, Rob had already noticed too that there is a door to the west. And then when you
That'd be the
look up, you to the east, I'm sorry. And then when you look up past Akasha, you see that there's a door.
All right.
Is the south wall? Is the south part just wall? We can't see the wall, G.
Yeah, there we go. And yes,
Cool.
nothing to the south.
All right. While that commotion's going up north over there, can I just listen to this door to see if there's anybody else inside here, or detect if anyone is?
Yep. 1 second.
Good bird-like goblins.
When you listen in on that door, actually, I'm sorry. Can you give me a perception? Eldor.
Nice.
Good roll. When you listen in on that door, you don't hear anything moving in there at all.
All right. I'll just use my action to open the door and enter if possible.
Okay. When you open it up, you see a room that was used for a sleeping quarters. So there's some straw pallets on the floor, and some rusty manacles are bolted to the wall. So it looks like there was not just sleeping, but it looks like there might have been some prisoners held here, but there is nobody here. And nothing else except for the manacles on the wall and some straw beds.
Those white spots are straw beds then? There's a really low resolution map.
That's making Eldor hungry. Need some straw.
Get some cud to chew.
Nice.
Alright, I'll just use the rest of my movement points to move to the other side, and that'll probably be it for my turn, right?
Alright. And, well, Ghost doesn't really get to do anything, so he's just going to sit there and growl at that guy, wishing he could bite him.
Yeah, well, he's just gonna move like up here since he can't do anything.
Yeah, so he's just not in the way. Alright. And it is your turn, honey.
Alright, staircase wide enough to get by?
Yeah, I think it would be. You could sneak by, Roth.
I ducked down and you know, made myself small anyways when he was shooting at me, so you could probably shoot over me either way.
Oh, okay, that works. So yeah, just stay over here and shoot at him.
And okay.
It doesn't look like he's gonna notice you because he's just facing that wall anyways. He's just staring at the wall, shooting it there. No wonder his arrow missed when he tried to shoot me.
Ghost get there to put himself in timeout.
What's wrong with this thing? There we go.
Missed. So that goes and sinks into that secret stone door that Rob had found, that you guys found. So, and it is his turn. So he is going to 5, 10, 15. Let's come over and see if he can swing a scimitar at Rob. This is the worst guy. And he hits. For 1 damage. So you get a decent gash in your leg, but you're definitely not gonna like the Black Knight and having a hobble around on one leg. So
it's just a flesh wound.
It's your turn,
okay.
sir.
I'm gonna jab his dumb goblin-y bird face. He has acted, but he is favorite enemy, so I'll have... Yeah, no, that's quick strikes, hang on. Favorite enemy is just the damage, yeah, okay. Alright, so no advantage on the attack, but... A 24?
So gets him.
Alright, then favorite enemy damage and poison damage.
Nice. And that toasts him. So, get the spear going right through his chest. And that was about it for him, especially with the poison and stuff. So, exceeded hit points by 1.
I'm gonna put my foot on the side of the chest next to the wound, yank the spear out, and spin around and get ready to check these other doors, in case Eldor's got something coming at him.
Okay.
In fact, actually, I'll use my movement, I guess, to come over beside Eldor. And just ask him, is there anything in there?
Alright, so you guys are actually no longer in combat order. So, Eldor, did you want to listen in on that door?
Yes, please. Same thing as last time. Check for traps and listen for anybody.
Alright, and then go ahead and give me another perception check, please. And that would be... Oh, yeah, okay.
Where I put that circle G, reveal right there. And you need to reveal a little bit right here, and a little bit right here, and a little bit right here. Basically the corner surrounding this room so we can actually see the walls.
Is that all of them?
The stairs are still, like, we can't see all the stairs there. Like, we don't really need to, it's just, it makes it harder to, like, tell where stuff is. Yeah. Technically, the bottom of this room we can't actually see either, the bottom of that room with the beds. That's better, that's good there, now we can actually see around. Cool, thanks G.
Alright, and... Okay, that was a decent one. You actually do hear talking in this room. you hear a gruff, kind of bigger voice, and then you hear a very odd kind of voice, humanoid, but doesn't sound like any kind of humanoid that you've heard before, but it is speaking in common. So, and then a bigger, gruffer voice, and then you hear some moaning too.
You guys want to check that top door first before we kick open this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Ghost sniff around that door.
Okay. That is all right. Let me see. All right. When Ghost sniffs around that door, did you Ghost do a perception? Yes, he did. And that was definitely a good roll. He sniffs around the door and he just kind of wagging his tail back and forth and kind of just looks at you like, man, nothing.
Okay.
Don't smell nothing.
Is the noise coming from the eastern door? Is it loud enough that we can all hear it?
Eldor, good.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he motioned to you guys or anything, but Eldor did hear talking in that room.
All right.
Voices and one voice moaning.
All right, I'll kind of like wave to everybody just to kind of point at my ear and point at the door like I heard something. You guys want to go in dynamic or still?
The noise that you're hearing this side, how close to the door is it?
That was a pretty decent roll. 15 feet, 10, 15 feet.
Okay, so stealth may not be much of an option. If they're right on the other side of the door, 15 feet won't be far from that. They'll see us as soon as we open the door. Assuming there's light sources in here, right? I mean, we can see in the dark, but these guys, I don't know if goblins can or not. So, like, are there torches on the walls or anything like that?
In this room, there's torches and candles and stuff. This hideout area is actually somewhat lit. You know, not like the sewers were completely dark. It's not the best lighting, but you would be able to see decently without your cat's eye. But you still have the cat's eye too. But yeah, there's torches and candles, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we'll be visible as soon as we open that door, presumably, because if they're that close to the door, then they're going to see us as soon as the door opens.
I could take point, Leroy Jenkins.
Sure.
All right. I'll position myself here, and then when everybody's ready, what I'll do is I'll just kick the door in and Kool-Aid man it straight into the room.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right, I'm leaving Ghost out here so he can let us know if somebody comes up behind us.
Okay, honey. Where are you going to position him? Okay, by the stairs. All right. All right, Eldor. When you kick this door open, you see it'll take me a second to do it all. An orc standing there. Again, similar to Yagra, softer features and stuff. So, not sure if it's a full orc or not, but definitely bigger than a standard human. It's orcish. It's green, and then you see a man in nice clothes laying on the floor, and the orc has his foot on top of the man's chest, and that's you would assume the moaning sound was the person on the floor. And then when you look to the south, you see a little creature that looks like a brain with legs, and it's being held by a creature that it's a humanoid creature with tentacles coming off of his face and purple skin and kind of slimy looking. So
Is it a mind flayer?
It is. I don't think there's a reason for me to not tell you guys. I mean, you obviously know from what it looks like. So.
Whether our characters do or not, I'm not sure. I was just curious if that's what the creature was. I don't know what the brain with legs is, though.
Yeah,
Krang?
Yeah, it is a mind flayer. Yes, that's what I was thinking too. It's Krang. All right, let me find that. Here it is. Add this to the tracker and stuff.
Is there a different battle sound, like the one that doesn't have the goblins in it? Like, well, basically,
yes.
like, is there another one? Because usually there's one for each like encounter.
I just wanted to wait till you guys actually saw it before I changed the music. There's a specific music for this encounter, yes. So hopefully that's better than those stupid fucking...
Little like, high pitched. That makes sense. It would be high pitched like that, of course. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you re-adding them from the combat tracker or something?
Yeah, because I had them on here before, but it was just the tokens. I didn't do the
Yeah.
combat tracker thing.
Yeah, just drag them back over from the combat tracker there.
Yeah.
We don't know their names either, so like you normally don't worry about it right now, but I'll go
yeah.
over how to do that with you so that you would, yeah, exactly, you'd leave them unidentified.
I forgot. I should have done that before I hit the eye. So.
Oh, good.
I mean, we have to remember to ask their name.
I'll give you inspiration if you do.
That's the little brain thing. What is it? He needs to be.
His name's probably Gray Matter.
And I was running out of time, so I didn't find an actual token for a Mind Flayer, but...
I only have a couple in there. There's probably 2 or 3. I actually talked to the artist about making more, like not for us, but just because he has so few. So as soon as he releases a pack with more Mind Flayers and some of the other things that I needed, then I'll buy that one to get them to you. That brain looks like a jellyfish too. It looks like one of the Dellen's cap.
Yeah. Okay. Initiative, please.
Oh, new initiative. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it probably won't take too terribly long. Yeah. After this, we should have time to finish this one and then we'll call the session.
Cool.
Do you guys still, have about a half hour or so? Is that okay?
Yeah, we've only been playing for an hour and
we're good.
Hour and 35 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, you always have me till at least 3 or 3:30, so you're good.
Cool. Oh, and you guys can see all the rest of this room here. So that's the room that you guys are in. And can you guys see the little F token on the thing?
Yep.
That's just, I didn't even bother to find another token, but that's the fancy dressed man on the ground moaning.
That we can assume is probably Floon. Would you turn that one down just a little bit, G?
Yeah, actually that is fucking loud.
The volume levels are different from one scene to the next, so you usually have to adjust it a little bit.
Okay, so I
well, Eldor
made the rounds.
busted in. I'd say still let him. Up to you, but I would still let Eldor have his turn and then go into initiative order because he broke the door down anyway.
Because he would get us like a surprise round kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, kind of. Okay. I mean, they weren't expecting us, and basically, if they didn't know we were coming and he just burst the door down, he would still presumably have his opportunity to act.
Okay, so I dropped the arrow on Eldor and I put the round to 0. So after his turn, do we just hit the thing and it'll start going in order?
After his turn, you basically wouldn't have even moved the arrow. You would just let him take his turn and then start the combat. So you would just move it back up to Akasha.
Okay, so you get a bonus turn there. Surprise round, Sako.
All right. Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah. I'm casting Bane on all 3 of them.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Does that hit? Like, it might hit Floon too, but Bane wouldn't matter if he's not trying to hit things. If we're assuming that's Floon anyway. Do you get to pick the targets, or does it just hit like an area? I don't remember.
I choose 3 targets within a range, and I'm targeting the 2 identified creatures on the map and the brain.
Cool.
All right.
Truck in here.
So we'll hit cast, right?
Yeah, you got him targeted, then hit the cast. Now that'll roll their saves automatically.
All right, and let's see. There was... All 3 succeeded. So does that mean it doesn't do anything?
I don't remember what to do on a success.
I think you just do the effect on them, right?
Let's see.
Oops. Sorry. Since I already...
It's fine, yeah. But you could rename them individually. Like, you could just call them one brain and one orc and one mind flayer or whatever. It looks like it doesn't do anything if they succeed. It all said success, right? Not like specifically for their rolls. It said success.
Yeah, there was 3 successes, so that means that they succeeded, right? So that means that it. Okay.
Yep. So doesn't do anything on success. Yeah, that sucks for us.
All right, and then I move my 20 feet. That's it.
Unless you want to do a bonus action. All right.
And that's it.
All right, babe, it's your turn.
Alrighty, well, I'm just gonna shoot an arrow at this guy. But first I'm going to Hunter's Mark him. Let's see. That and that. Alright.
Hits.
Sweet. And he's a favorite enemy, isn't he?
They're goblinoids, yeah. Orcs are.
Yeah, orcs and goblinoids, yeah.
Orcs, goblins, bugbears, and hobgoblins.
And I'm assuming that half orcs count as. Yeah.
Yeah, half orcs do.
Did that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. This was supposed to be a boss fight. Good job, honey. You just one-shotted the boss. So.
Yay!
Because right when you actually, right after your turn, this was actually supposed to happen too. So you shoot, well, you already know his name, Grumshar, the half-orc, and you get him right in the head, and he actually falls over on top of the human that was laying on the ground there. So he's kind of for a minute. And he didn't, I mean, not enough to hurt the person on the floor, but he's bigger than the guy on the floor because it's a human on the floor, so he's kind of pinned where he's at for now, like wrestling style. So, alright, and actually, when, as soon as that happens, the creature with the tentacles across his face actually gets up, and he rises, because he was sitting in a chair, playing with that little brain thing, stroking it, and then he gets up, and... Let's see. Where's he supposed to go through? Alright, he actually gets up and starts moving over this way. So he is going to escape out through here. So he had, let me see what his movement is. Okay, so he had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he is waiting right there, and he is actually going to, let me see. All right, and he is starting to walk that way, and are you going to try to stop him, Ruff, or are you going to let him go?
No, I'm gonna try to stop him. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how tough they are. I mean, I guess Rob certainly wouldn't, anyways. Probably not something that they generally see. He didn't try to attack us. He's just trying to run by.
Yeah, he's just going past you guys. So, because he got up after he saw Grumshar get whacked, because he's actually supposed to get up first and start walking away. So I guess you could have said he would have got up, but then Akasha shot Grumshar as he was walking through. So, but since his order didn't come up in the combat tracker yet, but that's what he's supposed to do, is just get up and start heading towards that way. So he is trying to go up the stairs and go out the way that you guys came from. So.
I'm gonna, as he's coming through the door, I'm just gonna kind of holding my spear out, like basically to block him so that he can't walk past it without stopping. I'm gonna ask him what he's doing here, and if he doesn't respond, then I'm gonna stab him.
Okay.
Like if he's still just trying to walk by, because he was clearly involved in some way with the kidnapping plot for Floon here.
Okay, he actually doesn't even say anything to you, but can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure. If I can find my skills tab. There you go.
Okay, when you look, you notice that he's just wearing black robes, and he doesn't look like he's really too concerned, like he's pretty aloof and stuff. And he doesn't really say much to you. He just says, I don't need to explain what I'm doing to the likes of you. And please give me a wisdom save.
Natural 20. It's not his turn anyway. I should get the the chance to hit him, but I don't know if I would be immediately just trying to attack him, especially not recognizing what it is. The brain didn't move, like he didn't carry the brain with him. He just left the brain in the other room.
He set the brain down. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, he did get up and move. So it actually, we'll just say that that's what he would try to do on his turn, but technically it's not his turn yet. I wasn't even noticing. So it actually is your turn. So.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm not sure that I would try to, basically we got what we came for, essentially, and that Floon is in there, and he's not trying to take Floon, or he didn't attack him or anything, right? Does Floon look to be alive, by the way? I mean, he was moaning, so even with the orc, he's smushed him.
Yeah, he's alive, and he looks like not really physically roughed up too much, but he looks like he's really fucking tired, and like when you look in his eyes, they're almost like rolled up in the back of his head. He doesn't even exactly know what the hell is going on, kind of thing. But physically, he's not too much worse for the wear, just a few scrapes and cuts. So.
All right, well, he's our payday. I don't know. I mean, I probably would, let him try to leave, since he's not trying to attack us, and it doesn't look like he's done anything else, but he's clearly involved somehow. What do you guys think?
Yeah, a little cautious.
Yeah.
And that brain still being in there, I don't. That brain's probably something mean. I guess I'll just ask him then, as he's trying to leave, that what's with their brain.
He says, just a fun little pet of mine. He had fun with your little human friend over there.
I kind of want to stab him. The thing is, like, he's probably way too strong. He'll probably kill us.
Well, it's up to you, but you notice that, like, what he was trying to do to you didn't feel like it was going to be painful. So, like, I mean, you assume that if he was going to, be trying to fight you guys, he would have done a little bit more. He seems like he's just trying to go. He stood in his way. So, but that's up to you what you guys do, though.
Yeah, I think he'd probably kill us if we tried to attack him. We should probably let him go.
I didn't even look at that part.
What?
Man, this is good. Oh, nothing. But...
We probably got to go smush that brain, though. Like, it's not, I mean, Floon has, like, his head is intact, right? He's not, like, his head's not cut open?
Oh, no. Like, again, physically, he's really not, just a few scrapes and cuts, and his clothes are dirty and that kind of shit. But he just looks, like, very tired and very disoriented, and his eyes are kind of, like, glossed over, like he doesn't even seem like he understands where he is, kind of thing.
All right, then I guess
moving a little bit on the floor.
Okay, then I guess for my turn, then I'm gonna ignore the mind flayer, let him go past, but I'm gonna walk into here with my spear pointed at the brain so that it can't move, like basically spear right in front of it, so that if it tries to move or to jump in like face hugger style, try to anything like that, I'm gonna be ready to poke it.
So you're gonna ready your action?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And actually, no, it's
He's dead.
His turn because he is dead. So it is new. Okay, it's now actually the mind flayer's turn. So he just keeps past here, unless are you gonna do anything, honey? As he walks by you and Ghost. Are you and Ghost gonna do anything?
No, I'm just gonna keep an eye on him as he goes.
And when you walk by, he looks you right in the eye, and you kind of get the feeling, like you just get a really creeped out feeling like he might know what you're thinking, like he's kind of looking inside of you, kind of thing. And he just keeps on going. And it is Eldor's turn. You got a dead half-orc and a little fucking brain Krang running around.
Alright, can I just take a quick moment to walk up to this person here just to make sure everything's okay? Can I just tell he's stable and everything's alright? He's just kind of shook up mentally?
Yeah, oh, actually, go ahead and give me a medicine check, please.
And push the dead orc off of him.
Pretty good roll. Yeah, when you look at him, he seems like they were torturing him, but like with words, you would have to guess or something, not physically, but he seems like he's definitely been put through the ringer. But again, it's like physically, there's nothing more than superficial scrapes and cuts, and he's just on the floor. And again, like he doesn't even notice that you're there. Like he's looking around a little bit and stuff with his eyes glossed over, but he doesn't stop when he sees you or anything. He doesn't even notice that you're there. So.
All right. I'm going to shoot at the brain then.
Okay. And oh, you actually only try to shoot at both of them, but let's see. It hit. So go ahead and roll the damage, please, on the brain dude.
Oh, that's the 1d8 2 piercing.
And nice. Well, still got him a little bit though. So you send an arrow into his little fucking brain thing, and it's sticking in there, and just makes this really high-pitched squeal kind of sound. And then he, well, I guess you could say, turns to face you because he doesn't have eyes or anything, so you don't really know what his face would be. But yeah, so you got him with a little arrow there.
Well, I guess when his turn rolls around, if he makes any kind of a hostile action, I get to use my reaction to jab him.
Okay.
Don't you point your frontal cortex towards me.
He's gonna shoot brain beams at you.
You shot him right in the medulla oblongata.
Hopefully he won't be very ornery after that.
Nope. Okay. And it is little brain dude's turn, so he is going to look, and then he sees that he got an arrow from that big giant fuzzy creature over there, but he looks and sees that there is something closer to him. So,
well, if he's making any kind of a hostile action, I get to jab him first.
Okay.
With both my my spear mark and my, well, because it's using my reaction to have readied it, but my spear mark and my regular attack. It's not 2 attacks; it's just 1. It's just extra damage.
Yeah, he's going to do something, so go ahead and roll your attack. I'm just looking through his stuff real quick. But he does start to move, and he's going to do something, so he starts to come after you.
Got a 16.
And it hits.
All right. And my poison.
Oh, shit.
For 15.
Nice hit.
Just sink it on through the gray matter.
And he has some kind of resistance, apparently. Yeah. Where's that's coming from?
Against piercing?
Yep. Resistant. Yeah, bludgeoning, piercing. Yep.
Okay.
So he has resistance to piercing, but you did still whack him for 8 damages.
Better than nothing.
Yep. So you got a decent hit on him, and he looks like he looks like he definitely took a good hit there. He's I mean, he's still up and moving around, but that hurt him. So. And now he is going to try to claw at you. You guys are kind of staticky. Am I staticky to you?
Only very
No,
slightly.
you're good.
Yeah, it's clear. Like there's a tiny bit of static, but it's not enough to be a problem at all.
Okay, because my thing's green on here, but you guys are all staticky. But excuse me, I can still hear you anyway. So.
It'll probably clear up in a sec.
And he tried to claw at you with his little feet, leg things that are holding the brain up, but he missed. But he gets to. Can you give me an intelligence save, Holmes?
Yep.
You gotta be a 12.
That's not good because I have a -1 on that. Hey, 13. Just barely. I rolled a 14, so my -1 didn't get me screwed.
And he takes his little, I guess you could say again, looks at you, but he doesn't really have eyes. But you feel like the start of what felt like it was going to be a really big headache coming on, but it just didn't. You seemed to be able to resist it, but he was trying to hurt your brain. So, but you resisted it. It is not Ghost's turn. Is he still standing to watch, babe, or is he going to move? Or
I'm actually gonna have him go in and try to pull this thing off of Floon there.
all right.
Destiny, shut up.
Can you give me a strength? That'd be a check, right, Holmes?
Yeah, it'd be a strength check for the
Oh,
for
no.
ghost.
Yeah, can you give me a ghost strength check, honey?
Um,
All right, that's good enough. Yeah, he starts to pull him off. He's not completely off of him yet, but he is starting to get him off, and by the time he gets to his next round, he'll have gotten the half orc off of the poor little human down there. So,
okay.
and it's your turn, babes.
Alrighty. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, I'm going up here. And then I shoot at this little thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna move my hunter's mark, because I can do that with a bonus action, over to this guy.
Cool.
Oh, that's not gonna hit.
And you missed. Yeah. Okay. Rough.
Okay, I'm gonna jab his dumb brain face. For a 19.
Hits. You got him.
Are brains a favorite enemy? Hey, is this a brain of a humanoid or a brain of a goblin?
Yeah. I didn't just grew legs somehow.
For, well, 15 minus resistance.
Yep. Nice hit.
And I'm gonna go ahead and swing it around and smack him with a butt end. Just try to mush him with a butt end.
Okay. And that hit that you just did, that spear jab, that one misses. That spear jab, he's very much fucked up. So.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and still in range of him. I'm gonna like stay. I'm not gonna leave his melee range. I'm gonna move to the side so that Akasha has a better shot.
Okay.
And that is
Awesome.
it for my turn. I should have used determination. I meant to use my determination there on the last one, but that's all right. He did.
Eldor.
I want to step over our friend here and pull up on the side and stab him in
All right.
the brain face.
Brain face.
You're gonna have to kneel way down because he's just like little and on the ground. He's like brain size on the ground, so you're gonna have to like all the way lean over and start poking at it with your knife.
Well, he does have those little legs, but he's probably still not more than a couple of
Oh.
feet, 3 feet.
Yeah, I forgot.
Whatever,
to say
anyway.
legs, yeah.
You missed, sir. Any bonuses?
Well, he can jab again with his bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a second dagger, yeah.
You got him. Roll the damage.
Kill it, kill it.
And there you go. It that dagger went through and kind of split the hemispheres right of the brain, like right in half. And you see a bunch of this weird, like clear liquid and blood and stuff coming out. And he is fucking toast. So.
I'm gonna look up at Eldor and be like, I mean, you gonna eat that? Like, if you don't want it,
We could share.
Turn into zombies.
we could split the hemispheres down the middle.
Little left brain, right brain action.
Yep. All right. Floon appears to be, alive, but like, is he like, is his brain broken? Like, is he drooling on himself? Does he look like he's retarded all of a sudden?
Now that you're looking back over at him, he looks like he like jumps up really fast, like he's really surprised, like what the hell is going on? Like when you wake up from a fucking nightmare kind of thing. He looks around and he's breathing really hard. He's, the fuck, what the hell is going on? Where the hell am I?
Oh, okay. So did he snap like back to reality once the brain was killed?
You would
Like, did
assume that's
something
what it was.
happen? Okay, all right, cool.
Because
I was
when Eldor was
afraid if
back-
we killed him that like he was, that like he had his mind was inside that brain. I was afraid if we killed the brain that he'd be like toast.
Nope. Yeah, because when Eldor was looking at him when that brain thing was still alive, he would even after the mind flayer left, he was still incapacitated. But then as soon as the little brain thing was done, that's when he popped up and he was like, "What the hell's going on here?" So.
Well,
He is alive.
we're here to rescue you. Like, do you know what happened? Why are you here?
I don't even know what here is. All I remember is I was leaving with Rainier. We got jumped by a bunch of guys. And then they put bags over our heads and tied them to where I couldn't see anything. They carried us off to one place. I heard a bunch of commotion, and then I left, and I ended up here. Walked for a long time. I don't know, a couple hours, an hour or two, and then they took me here. They took the bag off my head, and I saw some really weird fucking squid man thing, and that little brain thing that's dead over on the floor. And then I saw that big old half orc, and that was the last thing I remember.
Well, the squid man thing just left and didn't seem to, he wasn't trying to take you with him or anything else. But we killed the orc here and killed the brain, and then you kind of snapped out of it. This brain thing is what they were using to keep you docile or something.
I don't know. I guess so, because I just all I know is the orc was standing over me, so I couldn't move, and then I just felt this really big headache, and then I just blacked out.
Well, we've got to get you out of here, but do you guys want to check the rest of these rooms, make sure that our way out of here is going to be safe?
Look for clues of some sort to see what kind of information they were trying to pull out of his brain.
Yeah. Remember, well, I guess we kind of know that a little bit, though, Eldor. I mean, so at least from what Rainier said, Rainier, his dad was someone in like banking or something like that. I forget exactly. He basically embezzled a bunch of money, and not Rainier, but Rainier's dad embezzled a bunch of money, and they kidnapped Floon, thinking he was Rainier, specifically because they thought they could get the information about where all that embezzled money is, all that gold. So it was mistaken identity, and that if they had Rainier, they could have potentially gotten the information out of him about where his dad hid all the money that they stole. And that's potentially the information they were trying to get out of Floon here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Floon, any insight on that? I mean, do you have any idea why it is that they kidnapped you? Does that make sense to you that they kidnapped you thinking they were grabbing Rainier?
Yeah, I have no idea why they did that. I don't really have that much money. I spend more money than I should on clothes, so I can appear richer than I actually am. I'm assuming they were probably looking for Rainier though, because his family's wealthy. Why else do people kidnap each other? It's usually about money. And Rainier's family, the Neveremers, have money. So.
That kind of answers the question I had too: is why was Floon, who dresses really well, in that? What was the name of that place? The one with the anchor through the roof. The Skewer Dragon.
Skewer Dragon.
Yeah, because that was like a really low rent kind of a bar, and he looked more noble than that, so it didn't make sense that he would be hanging out there. But I guess if you're, Floon's just buying expensive clothes and stuff like that, that's probably why. Well, guys, what do you think? Should we, check these doors at least, make sure that it's safe to get out of here and get him back to Volo, get our money?
I'm gonna check out the orc real quick, make sure he doesn't have anything important on him.
That's a good idea. You want to change the music, 2G?
Oh, yes. Okay, honey, give me 1 second. I'm changing music.
Are these stairs to the east of me?
Yep. And there is... Let me reveal the rest of it. A room there that you go down into, and you see more sleeping quarters. Let me double check. Yeah, and that's very similar to the rooms that you looked at before. Straw beds on the floor. Not really anything too important. Just looks like another place for a bedroom, sleeping quarters kind of thing.
Same for the north.
Yep, when you look in there, same thing. Straw beds on the floor, nothing important. Oh, honey, when you were looking at the orc, he has a book on him. And when you look at it and you open it up, you would assume that it's probably some kind of spell book based off of the writings and stuff that are in there.
Alright, so I'm just gonna pick that up and...
Okay.
Elder does spells, right? So I'm just gonna hand it off to him.
Okay. do you accept the book, Eldor?
Sure.
All right, then I will drop that in your inventory. Okay. That did go in there, right? Yep. Grumshaw spellbook. Okay, guys.
Good thing we killed him. If he was a caster, we got him dead before he could have hurt us.
Just an
That
arrow
actually-
right through the eye.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
That one actually went pretty good because that was actually literally supposed to be a boss fight. It even says in the thing, and it's just because Akasha got such a good shot on him because he did have some decent spells. I'll have to go over and look at it, but he had some decent spells. And then that little brain creature, if that psychic damage would have hit you, Holmes, when he was trying to give you a headache, it was 3d10 psychic damage. And he also has a thing where he can control people too, like hop on their bodies, kind of control, like body snatcher kind of thing.
Oh, so I
that
wasn't.
could have gone bad. So
Yeah, I wasn't far off then because I was thinking it was like a face hugger from like a parasite, basically, like a face hugger thing from Aliens.
I think that's what it said. I think that's what it is he attaches himself to you and controls you. So I think what it was is
Did
somebody's.
the orc just roll really low on his HPs? Because Becky's shot was like 18 or 20 or something like that. So it was 18. Yeah, she rolled max.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look and see what he was. I might have already erased him off.
It's definitely
no,
a good
there he
hit,
is.
though.
He had
18 or under.
yeah, I think it just barely exceeded it, but I'll pull him back up and see exactly.
I was just curious. For a boss fight, he probably just rolled really low. Or it's something like, because he was supposed to be a caster, like, you know, a glass cannon type, like if we could burn him fast enough, then it'd be fine, but otherwise if he gets a chance to get a hit in, then it could be dangerous.
That's exactly what it was. He only has 2d8 hit points, and so an average, it says here 9, but 2d8 hit points.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, he has
Our builds are
Yeah,
pretty
he's
lethal
got-
too.
yeah, he's got cantrip, so he can use them as much as you want. He's got firebolt, mending, prestidigitation, burning hands, disguise
Hands would have screwed
self, and shield. So yeah, he could have shielded and firebolted and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Cool. All right. Well, let's just so that we, I guess, make sure that it's safe on the way out. Let's check the rest of the doors here and then get flown back to Volo.
all right, and when you guys are perfect,
I'll help Floon up and help carry him on a shoulder. Is he? I guess he's not physically wounded, so he's fine to like get up and move now.
Yeah,
I could probably carry him if needed.
You could, I guess, carry all the art and all the. He's probably lighter than all the art and the fucking 150 pounds of steel or silver or whatever it was.
Yeah, he's definitely tired, and he's going to be a little bit slow, but he can walk on his own, so you guys can kind of just help him out and make sure he doesn't fall behind. But you guys said you were going to look around the rest of the room?
Yeah, I want to check just to make sure that there aren't more bad guys hiding around corners and stuff. Is there like another scene, like another music scene to play, G? If you aren't hearing anything.
That was the last music thing.
Okay,
so.
then just switch it back.
Is
to the
that
start
music
one.
still okay? So
We're not hearing anything, so just switch it back to the sewers one or whatever.
Oh, I must
You
have.
can just go back to whatever an earlier one is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this must be the extra floor then, because it looks like there's an entrance here in the north that goes this way. So it looks like we came through that secret door over there, and then the stairs went down, and that level must go below where the waterway was that we came on.
If you, when you're looking up here, you see another corridor, and it's I'm guessing I don't know if it would have been above or below, but that other tunnel that you guys would assume that was a tunnel that you guys came in, and you see straight ahead of you at dead ends. There's a corridor up there and it dead ends. So
Okay. Do you guys want to keep exploring this place? I mean, we have Floon and we need to get him safely back to Volo. Do you want to keep exploring in here and potentially have the dangers that comes with that, or do you want to get him back and get our money? I mean, this was our goal, basically, was to get him. So anything else we find in here,
Just scavenging mostly.
Yeah, pretty much. So like we don't necessarily need to, but I mean we could just to get more information maybe, but I don't know that it's even going to be useful or valuable.
Emily's going to open up this door and see what's in it. On our way out, at least.
I told you to stay away from that. You stop doing that, you're gonna get
You
sick.
see another room with the sleeping quarters, but
Don't touch that.
pallets and stuff on the floor. And there's a chair. Actually, this one has a stone chair in it too. That's pretty much the only difference between that and the other ones. But can you give me a perception roll, please?
There you go, fat girl. There you go. Nice sweetheart. You're sitting on Harold's chair, huh?
Nice, yeah, good. Behind that chair, you look, and it looks like you might see well, you do see a little chest behind that chair.
Like how little? Like I can pick it up and walk with it little?
It's well, yeah, you could. I mean, it's a kind of small chest. It's not real big, but it doesn't seem to be locked. So.
All right. What's inside?
When you open it up, you see 2 potions of healing, 16 gold, 82 silver, and 250 copper.
Sweet. Stick all that in the bag.
That music's either too quiet or not playing, G. I'm not hearing it at all.
Okay. I did put one on, so it's probably super quiet.
Okay, it's definitely playing now. Yeah, it was just either too, whatever you just did.
Is that better?
It's a little bit on the quiet side, but it's fine.
Okay. All right. And then, all right, did you guys want to explore any further, or did you guys just want to head on out?
We could always come back, but I'm concerned if we go through here too much that Floon could get. I guess because he has stats and everything. Like it's a potentially a hurry thing to get him back before that mind flayer becomes an issue.
Yeah, because he's again he's not physically too beat up, but he looks definitely very, very tired and stuff like that. Like whatever that brain thing was doing to him definitely hurt him. It's just not on the on the physical side, but he's still not feeling. I just put all that money in your inventory, Akasha. You can share it with the fellows if you want to. So.
Yeah, I'll split it. I'm not Sarah, so I'll split it.
Yeah.
For that, you'll need to probably just remove it from yours and put it in the party thing, and then you can split it from the party. That's the easiest way to do it. If you put it in the party inventory. I'll show you how to do that later, though, G. I say we probably run back to Volo, though, and get him, turned in.
Yeah, it sounds good.
What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. And when it comes to money, just party inventory. Okay, just show me how to do that in a second, G. I'll put it in the party inventory. But unless you guys wanted to do anything else here, we can just... I don't think there was anything else in here stopping you guys, so I'm pretty sure we can just hand wave part. Let me see to get you guys back.
Did Volo tell us where, was he waiting in the awning portal, or is there a place that we're supposed to meet him?
Yeah, he was going to be staying at the awning portal. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check and make sure, though. You know what? Yeah, I don't think there was anything else in here, but it looked like there might have been something else on the way out before you actually get back there. So we'll just call it here, if that's all right. And then I'll double check, and then we'll just have you guys start outside the sewers. If there was nothing else in here, I'll double check, and then if so, then we'll start actually here again. Is that fair?
Okay.
Yeah.
When is the level? Is it at the end of this? Is it the end of the chapter or whatever?
When you guys level up, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of every chapter, this one is actually set up really easy just to do it that way. Each chapter is basically you gain another level after each chapter, and there's
when is the end of the chapter though? Is it like one more session? You think?
Yeah, let me see. Well, let me scan forward real quick.
Oh yes, sir.
Oh yeah, and it won't even be not even the end of next session. So have an idea, and during the next session, you guys are going to be leveling up. So
Cool.
have
Sounds
an
good.
idea what you guys want to do for level 3.
Sounds good.